What's up, everybody, and welcome to another exciting edition of Let's Talk Toys. But I know the schedule's a little off. I know yesterday was a little gripping and ripping. On Monday, there was a countdown list. Well, guess what? Tonight, it's another countdown list because it's the year's end. And you know what? I want to have some fun, and I want to have some fun with my friends. So, while Robo's away, the 1/6 scale collectors will play. So I am joined tonight by Hollywood's favorite son. That's right. We got Cincy Wood in the house.
Hey, Cincy Wood's here.
I saw people calling in the chat. I'm like, oh, ooh. So who are you rooting for, Cincy?
Gee, I wonder who. No, I just I put my jerseys are in rotation, so this was up next, and I had to go the hat jersey combination. I was gonna say that the opening theme song really reminded me of your number one favorite figure this year, Sewer Surfing Mikey.
It did. I'm a big surf rock fan. It's very Dick Dale.
Yes.
Mikey still hanging out on the desk. He's the only one I haven't put back yet because I was playing with him today. Mitch Falcon, ew, Tampa.
I had Vancouver Canucks on earlier, so
nice. Real quick, I just want to go through a little COJ roll call because everybody's popping into the chat real quick. We got Lucky Butters, we got Mike, Ninth, Nightmare, Pains, we got Alistair McRae, we got Ninth on Twitch as well. Andrew, Cyber Jedi, Big Mike, Little Mike, Jeff, Toy Geekosaurus. Of course, we have the Mighty Mitch Falcon. Pendergast, Casting Cave will apparently judge us based on our top 5 list. 3M5000. Oh man, what up, Spike? Mr. Ryan Clark, Geeker Queen, Phantom Crow. Oh wow, okay, everybody's popping in now. All right, we got Matthew Matson, Fournette. Woo. Okay, the chat's going a little fast. There we go. Hey, Ray. Is it Tampa? I don't know sports, says Mitch.
Tampa Bay Lightning, yes.
Yep. And comics, I don't know sports, so Cincy's jersey just says Shazam to me. All good. That's how one of my friends decided his favorite football team was the Chargers because he liked Thor.
Awesome.
True story. But tonight, we are here to celebrate the awesomest of the top 5 1/6 scale figures. We're going to start down with number 5, work our way on up to number 1, and I think my number 1 might surprise you. But I wanted to put this out to you, Cincy. Do you have any honorable mentions? I got a couple off here to the side, but do you got a couple that you want to go? We could 2? Okay.
I got 2, yep.
Let's start with you. We'll just go back and forth. We'll ping pong it.
Okay.
So what is your first honorable mention, my friend?
My first one is for a figure that is from a movie that a lot of people don't like the movie, and that's fine, but the figure is tremendous. The figure actually has a lot of different posing options, a lot of different like soft goods options, but I'll just show you which one it is. It is Harley Quinn from Birds of Prey.
Oh, it's a great figure.
It's the caution tape jacket Harley Quinn, and this figure is amazing because I've never seen. Now I've been collecting Hot Toys for many years, and I've never seen this type of material used for any kind of like soft goods or jacket or anything. She's got a clear jacket, and then the caution tape is actually on there. So I just thought it was really cool. If you don't want to go caution tape jacket, you can go white t-shirt, white boots, the little arm sleeve things. I kind of mixed and matched because she doesn't actually use the shotgun with this outfit on. So I gave her the shotgun. I gave her the egg sandwich. I kind of like the movie. It's okay. It's entertaining, but I really like the figure.
Flick, you know?
It's a popcorn flick. Yeah, absolutely.
I stand by if anybody goes into any comic book movie going, this has to be a cinematic masterpiece. Dude, like, lighten up.
Yeah.
All right. My first honorable mention actually goes to a figure that I broke yesterday when I unboxed him. But my honorable mentions, one thing with my list is it can't be a figure that I've had to repair, and it can't be a figure that I had to customize or touch up. But this figure is so damn cool. He had to make the list. And that is the new Mondo Deluxe He-Man.
It broke?
There was no glue on the waist joint, so like it just like popped off. If you hop on the last night's stream, you can watch it in action. I mean, I will say it was a simple fix. This is a fantastic figure. It's a bummer because it's a pricey figure. Oh shit, Shaggy, say hi, famous Cincy. Hi. But yeah, great figure. I swapped it through all the different options: Power Punch, Battle Armor, and of course I ended up back on the classic. This figure rules. It was one of those things where, as a dude who customizes and fixes and restores toys all the time, it wasn't a big deal. It's still a bummer for those out there who don't know how to do that or don't want to do that, especially with the price point. But at the same time, he has the power. He is definitely an honorable mention. So also happy 100th birthday to Stan Lee.
Oh,
I
yeah.
know he's no longer with us, but he's with us in spirit. So much love to Stan the man.
Did you ever meet Stan Lee? I met him. And I have a picture and an autograph and stuff.
So I was lucky enough to meet him several times. I actually worked security for my buddy's signings a couple times. So I got to sit around, and they were private signings. So like he'd be signing for like 3-4 hours, you know, in a hotel like conference room, and be telling stories and stuff. One of the most lovely people. I never got a picture though. I got to sit around and talk with him a bunch, and his nephew actually owns Hot Comics.
Oh, really?
So the shop that I've worked for like 10 years. So
yeah.
Oh, what up, Phantom Crow? Phantom Crow says, I think the Harley in gold with roller skates from Birds of Prey that McFarlane made is the best female figure he has made yet. I would agree. But okay, your next honorable mention, Cincy.
So, continuing on with the theme of figures from movies that people don't like. This is another character that people don't really like, and I think it's mostly because they don't like the reveal of who the character was. But the figure is
Can I guess?
Awesome. You can guess.
Taskmaster.
You, my friend, guessed correctly.
Oh, that figure rules.
This figure is so awesome. So first of all, again, posing options. It comes with all the different weapons that that Taskmaster used in the movie. A little wired hood thing, which is cool. The face sculpt looks awesome.
Cool.
Magnetic shield.
By the way.
Huh?
That thing was a pain to draw, by the way. I drew a poster for
nice.
our opening night event.
That's awesome.
But I love the design.
The armor on it, the soft goods. This is soft goods for the outfit, and then there's little pieces of body armor on it too. But comes with the sword, comes with the bow and arrow, just a ton of accessories, a lot of posing options. Almost made my top 5, but there's, lots of other figures that I like more. So
yeah. So funny thing. So I picked 3 honorable mentions, but my next honorable mention actually is a nice little companion piece, because I consider this figure an upgrade from the Endgame version.
Yeah.
It's the Black Widow.
Very nice.
I love that this costume has a lot more fabric on it. The posability is insane. The head sculpt's great. I know a lot of people were kind of hemming and hawing on how it looked compared to the Endgame one. And I don't know. I loved this suit. I think it screams comic book, while at the same time having that movie aesthetic. Yeah. Very, very cool figure. My only gripe was I had a couple ankle issues with it. I had to swap out the ankle peg. But absolutely great figure. So my other honorable mention goes to Natasha Romanoff. And real quick shout out to this last one. My big issue is I don't know why they ended up doing it, but I ended up actually selling off my MCU Iron Man to get the classic.
Oh, wow.
Look at him.
Does the plastic on the torso come off?
Technically, I removed it all, and it leaves a big gap. So I actually have plans on removing all the transparent plastic, because it does have these red swappable plates and forearms and legs. I want to remove all the plastic, the transparent plastic, and I'm actually gonna spray paint it.
Oh,
with,
wow.
Some good night, bud. High five. Love you. Good night. Ollie was going to bed. But yeah, I'm gonna spray paint candy apple red to match. Really, really beautiful. The main thing is I love the Mandarin mask, with the M on it. Yeah, I just love it. It's a beefy figure too. It's a die cast.
Oh, wow.
But I mean, when you stand them back far, you can't really tell the transparent plastic. It just reads like shiny armor. So yeah, very cool. So just had to throw that in there. But with that being said, now we are on to we're on to the countdown. Yes. So, Cincy, what is your number 5?
Well, my number 5 is kind of a cheat because it's not one figure. It actually was a 2-pack.
Uh-oh.
So yeah, I mean the only way you can really buy each of these figures is through the 2-pack, I guess technically. So I had to include both of them.
Oh. Oh, Mr. Ryan
So
Clark, the transparent plastic, I don't really know. Sorry. He just asked about that.
so my number 5 is the Justice League
Oh, shit.
Black Suit Superman and Nightmare Batman. This one's technically a reissue because it came out previously, but it was way up there on the secondary market until they reissued it with this Superman, and this is the only way you can get this Black Suit Superman. So Justice League, Snyder Cut, Black Suit Superman, awesome figure, wired cape.
Coming from the land of Dan Jurgens, the man who killed Superman, that suit rules.
Yeah.
That's so cool. I'm still bummed about Cavill's departure, but
me too.
That's an amazing grab, man. And that Nightmare Batman is a fantastic figure too. The detailing on it, the weathering, absolutely nuts.
Yeah, and I love that Nightmare scene in Justice League.
Dude, it is a beast, and I know the chat's probably going to go off on it, but whatever. Everybody, different strokes for different folks. Will Robo be showing up tonight? He loves his hot toys. No, he's busy, very very busy, which is good. So, but he'll be back someday. Man, I really like the Nightmare Batman, says Andrew. Hopefully Cavill will be able to do Warhammer 40K. Hell yeah, that would be. That show is literally built for him. Coming in at my number 5 spot, and this is a little tricky, but you know what? I'll do it because he's a little out of scale. I mean, he scales well, but the articulation's a little wonky. I didn't even unpose him, but he's a big boy. But bringing up the Sinister Six.
Oh, nice.
I have Reptile, aka Pantsless Lizard.
That thing's
from the
huge.
Amazing Spider-Man. I have Spidey reaching for that vial of gas. But yeah, he's a beefy boy. He has a fully wired tail, so I actually use that to like clamp kind of on the back of my display to keep him balanced.
That's awesome.
But he is massive. As you can see, that is a Hot Toys Amazing Spider-Man figure on him.
Wow.
So, and there's a Stormy. I don't know if you. There she is. Hello, Stormy. Hello. Get down. Yes, I love you. No, you cannot have the lizard. Go.
Who makes that lizard, by the way?
I believe this was Toys Era.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, again, he's huge.
That looks amazing.
But again, like I have I don't want to say irrational love of Amazing Spider-Man, but I really liked the movie. I really liked that franchise. This was definitely a big piece that was missing from the collection. I know we're getting a lizard base from Hot Toys down the line, but I needed the feet. I needed the rest of them, you know. So very stoked to add him to my collection this year. So
is he hard to stand since he's so big?
Surprisingly, no. I mean, I just plunked him down, and I mean, boop. He's just chilling out back there.
Very nice.
Little leak ski of the rest of the list there. My bad.
Does do his knees bend?
They do, and I was a little worried because I thought they were gonna be a little weak.
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully, I don't know. He poses really, really well. I had him up here on the desk for a good week where I was just fucking around with him, and absolutely love the figure.
Nice.
Oh, doggo, you're kidding now. So with that, Cincy, we move on to apparently a number that I forgot to upload. Number 4.
Number 4.
Where'd it go?
All right, so my number 4 figure is a figure that I was not even planning on buying, even after I saw the solicitations and the pictures.
Yeah,
I wasn't planning on buying it, but then I saw it in person, and I was like, "Oh my lord, that thing looks amazing!" The weathering on the armor, so there's a little hint there.
Oh.
The head sculpt that comes with it, the unhelmeted head sculpt. There's another hint.
Oh,
I'm talking about none other than
a
Echo from the Bad Batch.
Very cool.
He looks so freaking cool. I wish I would have put the unhelmeted head sculpt on for this, but I already have it packed away in the box. But
that's
magnetic backpack, very, very cool. I love when they do that. The soft goods, what's that called? A kama or the skirt thing?
Yeah.
And then he also has attachments for his little
Arm.
there. But he's just a tremendous figure. The paint on the armor, the weathering, just looks so cool.
Hell yeah.
And I can't wait to get the Hunter because that one's out now too.
Dude, there's all right, so I'm assuming you're gonna get the whole Bad Batch, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. That was one of those things where I saw them go up for pre-order. I'm like, ooh, and I'm like, oh no, because that's not a commitment to 1; it's a commitment to 5.
Exactly. That's the reason that I was not going to get this one. But as soon
Yeah.
as I saw it, I'm like, they're going to look so good together, all
Dude,
on a
right?
shelf.
Hooey. All right. Moving on. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna switch it up a little bit because this is one that kind of surprises me that it's actually lower on the list. But Classic Suit Spidey
Oh,
from
nice.
PS4. My one gripe about this figure is the muscle suit underneath. Really hinders the posability.
Oh, wow.
I mean, you can move them around and such, but the problem is like, you know, you can get them in a really cool crouch, but then like I noticed over the course of a day or two, it just kind of like
goes back.
goes down because of the muscle suit.
Yeah.
I love the aesthetic of it. It is an absolutely beautiful rendition of the classic suit. Yeah, I really popped for this figure. I thought for sure this was going to be my figure of the year. And the suit issue just it was a bummer.
Yeah.
But yeah, big old fan. Classic suit Spidey. Oh, I keep zooming in on you, and then I forget to do it when I have him up. But
It looks great. I love the colors.
yeah, it pops. It's a beautiful figure. I actually have him on you can kind of see it back there. That's a wall stand, so that he can look like he's climbing on the wall.
Awesome.
But very cool. The cool thing is his web shooters are actually separate pieces, but it covers up the ball.
Huh.
So you can't really tell that they're there, which is awesome. So yeah, my number 4, Classic Suit Spidey from the
Very
PS4
nice.
game.
Does he come with different eye options where you can pop out
He
the
does.
eyes?
He does. Same as pretty much every other Spidey. All the standards are there. And then he comes with this crazy base with a scorpion tail, and it's wild. I don't know.
Awesome.
It's a great figure. So yeah, that was my number 4. So Cincy, that was me. Now on to you for number 3, because I remember to upload that.
So my number 3, this is kind of a cheat. It did come out this year.
Okay.
And I bought it this year. However, it's not the first time it's been out. It's a reissue of a die-cast figure that I missed out on the first time. Again, once I miss out on them, they shoot up really high on the secondary. I think it was like $700 or $800 on the secondary, but they reissued it. I'm so very happy because I actually really love this movie. Make sure I don't drop it.
Oh yeah, heck yeah!
Iron Man 2 die-cast War Machine, such a beast of a figure. It's very heavy, die-cast, just awesome. My favorite War Machine armor out of all the movies.
The funny story. I literally just sold my original one of that because I had posed it a couple times, and I'm like, this thing's gonna fall and kill me one of these days because it is that is I think the heaviest figure I've ever owned.
Yeah, he's beefy,
but it's beautiful. I love that figure, and I also wasn't giving it the space it needed. Like he was kind of tucked in the back, and I don't know. But what a great hope! Sorry, I'm
just an awesome looking
figure. Swear to God, I'm not that new at this, but such a good figure.
And I just really a lot of the reasons that I like figures is because I like the scenes in the movies that they're in, or the television shows that they're in. And that scene at the end of Iron Man 2, where he and Tony are in that little the creek area, and all the hammer drones are landing, and then they just like
his base, the base he comes with the hammer drone, like screwing about. Yeah, it's so good. Casting Cave, he sold it to buy more Spider-Mans. I did. Yeah, I did. Okay. But my number 3 goes to, and I believe this is also Toys era, but my other favorite Superman, the Brandon Routh Kingdom Come Superman. I believe this is the Last Son of Krypton, I think was what it was called. or Last Sun. Wired cape, very cool. You know, get some cool dashing poses. Sculpt's great. The suit's great. But yeah, I love Henry Cavill. I absolutely loved Brandon Routh. I was one of like the 5 people who liked Superman. Him as Superman, I guess. But then him coming back in the CW verse as Superman with the Kingdom Come Superman colors and suit. I absolutely love this figure.
Very cool.
But yeah, so this one actually I unboxed and has been sitting up in my living room. It's been one of the very few 1/6 scale figures that's not in this studio. To tell you how much I absolutely love this. This and like the Fleischer suit are my 2 favorite Superman outfits.
Mm-hmm.
So it's that thing of like, I'm really hoping someone makes a Tyler Hoechlin in that suit.
Mm-hmm.
Because this rules.
That is cool. I've never seen that before until
yeah,
now.
dude. If you're a fan of Brandon Routh, get on it, because I know the prices are already starting to go up on this one. The thing I liked about his appearance in the CW verse was he got a part written for him, not for Christopher Reeves. So he was playing his Superman, not Christopher Reeves Superman, which I really
Nice.
like. Nothing against Christopher Reeves Superman, but Christopher Reeves played Christopher Reeves Superman. Brandon should have gotten his own role, I guess, if that makes sense. But so yes, so we both have Superman in our countdowns.
We do.
So with that, we move on to number 2.
Yeah. And it's funny that this is my number 2, because this is cheat number 2, because
God dang it, Cincy. Doing the top
I'm a cheating bastard.
That's okay. What's your number 2?
So my number 2 is 2 figures, because it was a 2-pack. That's why it's a cheat. And I can't pick. If I was forced to pick one of these 2, I probably couldn't, because I love them both for different reasons. But my number 2 is the Mandalorian.
Oh.
Look at this badass. Holy cow. So we got this one right here. This is the Return of Boba Fett from the Mandalorian. And
that's neat.
Regardless if you thought that Book of Boba Fett sucked, this episode where he returned, got his armor back, and beat the absolute shit out of all those stormtroopers was so freaking cool. And I love all the accessories. He's even got the knee rockets there.
I was going to say the knee rocket. I didn't know that he had that attachment. That's so cool.
Yeah, there's actually 2, but I only attached 1 there. But he is so cool looking. The armor, backpack, everything. Such a badass. And then here's the other figure in this 2-pack. It is the Tusken Boba with the gaffy stick, the rifle.
Shaggy says Cincy is the Eddie Guerrero of this list.
I am cheating a lot. I'm not lying or stealing, though.
Yes. I laughed really hard because I was talking to Ollie about the book of Boba Fett, and like, cause he watched a couple episodes kind of half awake, and he called that Tum Tum Boba Fett because it's Boba Fett with a little bit of a tubbers. And every time I see that figure now, I'm like, oh, Tum Tum Boba Fett.
Little Tum Tum.
I love that though. The gaffy stick, good gravy. So this is where I fall into a little bit of a quandary, because both these, my last 2, it's a dead heat between the 2 of them. But man, you know what? Okay, I think I have to give it. Okay, I got it. So my number 2 is Into the Spider-Verse, Miles Morales.
Awesome.
Look at that figure. Like, absolutely stunning. The spindliness of the body. One of my favorite accessories is the swappable head sculpt. He has technically 3, but you can take off the mask.
Oh, so cool.
And so you can swap that part of the sculpt with his hair, onto the other one and vice versa, so that there we go, and it is magnetized. So you can have him in all these kind of different poses and stuff. Absolutely insane.
That's a Hot Toys, right?
This is Hot Toys, yeah.
Nice.
I have the Young Rich Toys version all suited up over there. Actually, that's the one that's right there in the Jordans and everything. And yeah, this was one of those that legitimately, I played with it for a couple weeks straight. It didn't get into the display, and I'm like, I gotta make my Spider-Verse shelf around this dude. So yeah, my number 2 goes, and again,
Ratcheted joints, nice.
So, but when you have him standing, like, let's see if I can get it. Like, the thing is that, you know, his silhouette is kind of undeniable, you know, which is great. Oh no, Bean had that one on pre-order, but sadly had to cancel it. Mitch Falcon apparently is saying this has real Chucky vibes. Just realized that unnerves me about Hot Toys so much as they look like they will come alive and murder you in your sleep. Oh, okay. But yeah, so my number 2 goes to Spider-Verse, Miles Morales. Honestly, Gwen would be on here too, but I had a couple issues with like a loose hip, so I got it. I worked it out, but yeah. All right, with that, Cincy, boom.
Number
we
1.
On to that number 1.
My number 1 favorite 1/6 scale figure of the year. And this one, as soon as I got it in hand, this was my favorite. It was going to take a lot to beat this figure. Because A, it's from my favorite movie of all time. And it's been my favorite movie of all time since 1980. Hint, hint. And then I got this figure in hand, and it just looks tremendous. I'm just going to show you.
There we go.
Those that follow me know that my favorite movie of all time is The Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
And this right here. Holy cow. Hoth Snowspeeder Luke. Hot Toys
That is
figure.
gorgeous.
And the camera's not doing this thing any justice because he has like weathering on his jacket here. A lot of people were like, why is the jacket a different color than the pants? Well, if you watch the movie, you'll see that it is indeed a different color. The Hoth jacket is a lighter color than the actual flight suit. But this thing is just absolutely awesome. The face sculpt, awesome. The weathering on the helmet, the weathering on the jacket, everything about this figure. The base even.
Yeah.
The Hoth base.
Well, you have the Tauntaun to go with that too, right?
I actually have the Sideshow Hoth, Luke, and Tauntaun, right? Let's see, right there.
Oh, up top. Okay. Yeah, I remember seeing a display, and I was like, "Wait, that's not? Isn't that?" Like, I was confused.
Yeah, that is that up there is my favorite piece of my whole collection.
Yeah.
This is not Dak. This is Luke. Comes with the lightsaber. Comes with the grappling thing.
Yeah, his grapple cannon.
Yeah, just awesome. Such a great figure.
Ninth says, "Holy crap! I have an Empire Strikes Back shirt on. Bonus Cincy wood points."
Hell yes. Best movie ever.
Hell yeah. God dang. All right, my number 1 is a little bit of a cheat, but again, I don't think it's necessarily a cheat because you could get this figure in a singular pack. But I happen to go deluxe with this baby because the design, the episode, the concept that the figure actually is from is near and dear to my heart. He's the chunkiest boy in the room. You might notice a big honking gap back there because I had to clear the space.
Oh man, you got that
for the Hydra Stomper, but you can't have this cold-hearted monster without its heart.
Oh man!
And Steve, hold on, damn it, forgot to zoom in again. So you have Steve. The fun thing is, all his accessories are in his backpack / parachute. So all his hands and everything, and it actually weighs it down nicely. Great figure. Very cartoony. He has the kind of clown shoes, but The face sculpt is absolutely stunning. And then look at this. Like the insane thing is it is a power pose, so there is no articulation in the base. However, you can remove this panel, and that is where the flight stand ports in.
Mm-hmm.
I actually did have him in a flying pose, but this figure is so large, I could not get it on top of my detals. I could not get it on top of any surface in my house without it scratching against the ceiling. One cool thing, shout out, each one of these is individually articulated. So you can kind of, if you really want to, you can have him really stomping them Nazis. It is an absolutely stunning figure. Surprisingly light, I will say. One cool thing, boop, you can open that up, and there is a cockpit for Steve to go into.
Awesome.
You kind of have to fold him up a little origami style to get him in there. But as you can see, he's large. But this was a figure. I love What If. It is one of the very, very few comic series that I have a full run of. I absolutely loved the Captain Carter and Hydra Stomper episode. Captain Carter is actually up in the display as well. Her articulation's a little wonky, so that's why she didn't make the list. But yeah, look at this beefy boy. You can flip it around. It does have the handle and the stirrups so that she can ride this. I actually I took some pictures with her on top, like on board. And again, another amazing thing is if you want Hydra Stomper, whoop.
Oh wow, that's so awesome.
he can actually
so
he
freaking
fly
cool.
all around. Mitch Falcon, if I may speak for the COJ, fuck Nazis. Agreed. But yeah, he is my my boom box, as the kids say. He is a hefty boy, but yeah, I actually have, usually when he's in the display, I have him posed with Steve actually climbing up. These are all handles that he can position on, which is really, really cool. But yeah, he has amazing range of movement on there. I haven't futzed around too much with it. That's how you can put the batteries in for the lights. And then this just clips back on. But yeah, my number one figure, 1/6 scale figure of the year, this big boy, the Hydra Stomper and Steve Rogers. I just realized Marvel Legends Hydra Stomper could make a good big guy. That he could. And actually, the funny thing is, after playing around with this one, I realized just how undersized the Marvel Legend is.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh. Like that figure should have been about twice the size. But yeah, he's got his machine guns and everything ready to roll. Just genuinely an awesome figure. Mad love also to Hot Comics and Collectibles, where I was able to score this dude. I didn't think I was going to get him, and it was a perfect storm. So I was very happy to add young Steve Rogers to the mix, and yeah, get the Hydro Stomper. Oopsies. I accidentally put him down on Miles' extra head sculpt. But yeah, so that is my number one. Oop, knocked down one of the ooze canisters. That size should have been the size of the Hasbro Legends one, actually. Yeah, right. But yeah, I don't know. That kind of wraps it up. Just kind of. It was one of those years where it's like, man, there was a lot of figures, some third party, some legit ones. Absolutely, love to all the lines, to all the crazy talented people that are working out there in the industry, licensed, unlicensed, etc. But if you guys have a list of your top 5 1/6 scale figures, leave it in the comments below. I'd love to see it. Take pictures, tag us. I think that's one of the really, really fun things about this. Hot Toys, Spider-Gwen plus kids equals nightmares. Oh, I see. Fair.
So the Hydra Stomper, I had not seen it in person, and we went to New York City like a week ago or so, whenever the hell that was.
Yeah.
And I went to Midtown Comics, and in Midtown Comics, if you go up to the second floor, they have all their Hot Toys that they're selling out on display.
Yeah.
And that Hydra Stomper caught my eye more than anything in the entire store.
Dude, it's absolutely stunning. It's one of those things in the collection. Like, I legitimately, I sold I think 4 figures because I'm like, I need space. Like, get out of the way. Like, I need to give this figure space to breathe.
Yeah.
Alistair McRae, Susu Toys Gambit. That was definitely high on my list. I had to repair mine's knee, which was a bummer. And I have him standing with my X-Men, and I'm like, I don't want to take him out of the display. Like, I'm afraid my fix won't like stick. But that is also a damn fine figure.
By the way, the Captain Carter, you said that it had wonky articulation. What was wrong with it?
It was just really stiff on mine. Like, every once in a while, like there's a Hot Toy or figure that comes through where it's very stiff. It's like verging on like the NECA paint lock, where it's just like, do I bend this? Do I bend this? Do I bend this? Oh, I bent it. It didn't break.
Yeah.
That and her hands are incredibly stiff, so like getting her to hold the sword, getting her to hold the shield was a little tricky. Absolutely beautiful figure. And I actually have the third-party Captain Carter Haley Atwell, just straight up Peggy Carter from First Avenger. And I did swap the head on for a little bit with like a realistic head sculpt, and it looked great. So yeah, it's definitely one of those that it's cool because there are options for the figures, but again, like that's kind of customizing. That's kind of doing head swap and whatnot. Captain Carter is British. That would explain the stiffness. But yeah, like the funny thing is I had someone comment on, I think it was on Instagram. They're like, you don't have a lot of DC figures. I'm like, well, I pre-ordered the Wonder Woman 84 figure that was supposed to be out last February. They just pushed it to June of next year. Like,
oh yeah.
So I'm like, I don't need that many DC figures. Like Spider-Man definitely hit that note. What up, Eisman? How's it going? But yeah, I guess it's one of those things of Marvel. Hot Toys and third-party companies are pumping out Marvel content like crazy. Like, I will ask you this, Cincy. Since we've gone honorable mentions, we've gone our top 5. What's the one that got away this year?
The one that I didn't get?
Yeah.
That's a good question. So there was one that I think that if I had it, it's currently at a store on hold for me, but if I had it in my possession, it might have cracked the top 5, and that's Bo-Katan from Mandalorian.
Oh, dang, right on.
Yeah. So that's on hold for me. And then the Hydra Stomper. If I was able to find that one in time, that probably would have made my top 5. It just looks amazing. It's like I was just staring at it when I was at that Midtown Comics.
It is a commanding figure.
Oh, absolutely. It's like the Hulkbuster. Yeah.
Yeah. And I had a couple people that were like, "Oh, do you have a Hulkbuster to go with?" I'm like, "No." Like, this was a what if, literally a what if scenario of like, I don't think I'm going to be able to get that one. But again, Perfect Storm was able to score one, so I was very, very excited. Ninth Archer says, "How about one that you picked up but was a letdown?"
I'm trying to think of a figure that I bought and sold because I wasn't really.
The funny thing is, I'm looking back and going, I don't see one.
Because if I have a letdown in my collection, I usually sell it. So
yeah, and I hem and haw over every single figure. I mean, it is a lot of money to put down, and so like I'm constantly sitting there going, oh, like,
yeah. So I have one, and it's not really fair to be a letdown because like, when I did my research, it made sense. So when I got Moff Gideon, he seemed very, very short to me, and I was like, why is he so short? Did they not put him on the right body? But then I looked up Giancarlo Esposito's height, and he is not a tall person. Yeah. So they made it to scale, but like I put him in front of the Dark Troopers, and he looks great. What I am going to do is I'm going to get the shiny chromed Beskar steel Din Djarin Mandalorian with the head sculpt and stuff. Yeah. Where he comes with the spear and the Darksaber, and I'm going to have them fighting. So I think that's going to look badass. But that was the only one. It's not really a letdown. It's just like, why is he so short? And then I looked it up. I'm like, oh, he is short.
He is short. Yeah.
Yeah.
He just has a commanding presence.
Yeah.
My missed one this year and technically there's still time to get it, but I missed it at the shops. Was like Panther 10 said, the Batman Forever set.
Mm.
The sonar suit, Chris O'Donnell as Robin, that movie meant a lot to me as a kid. A lot of my friends got it, and it is a stunning set.
Really?
But and it's that thing of like, hey, maybe down the line I can track one down. Mitch Falcon says, "I kid love you, none present, Robo." What? Oh, it's Robo syndrome. I don't know. I'm confused. But yeah, man, one of my friends is selling off his Mando, his Beskar Mando that came out, like the first one with Grogu that I had in the collection. Then I was like, I can't do Star Wars. And so I sold it because I was like, this is too scary. And he's selling it for a really, really good price. And I'm like, damn it. So I am trying really, really hard not to get that one right now. But yeah, just because I like that one because it can be a standalone. Like Mando and Grogu, it's Lone Wolf and Cub,
Yep.
Like that was the whole reason I got that one in the first place. And I don't know.
Yeah, it's a cool one too because it comes with two different Grogus. They got the one in the hover frame and his standing.
Yeah, which I really like.
Mm-hmm.
Cyber Jedi, where can you pick up that Brandon Routh soups? I believe Toys Wonderland still has it in stock, and 1/6 kit, I think, still has it. TNS might have one or two in, but I don't know. I think it's sold out on there. But Cyber Jedi, just drop me a line. I'll drop you links. But yeah, as far as disappointments go and whatnot, like legitimately, kind of like looking back, I don't know. I guess you could say it's not a letdown. It was just such a basic figure, but I think he was called Sandstorm. It's the Sandman, the 1/6 Sandman that's up there. Cool figure. I got it in, and I'm just like, why did I do this? Like I have, like Sandman's cool. I'm not gonna make a friggin' Avengers display with him in it, But like I have the Spider-Man 3, like the Sandman like base that he came with, that I got a million years ago, that I've had in the display forever.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, why did I put that away? Like I like the idea of different sizes because like that lizard figure, Gargantuan, the vulture, that is an absolutely massive figure. And then, I like the idea of the Sandman being this absolutely tremendous, like oversized figure, but it was a cool way to display it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I got to figure out a way to get him back in. Mr. Link says, Dave, do you think that Hasbro will try to make Legends for every Spider-Man in Across the Spider-Verse? Probably. That's easy money. Just saying. Oh, Grogu is Spider-Ham.
By the way, I did have something that I wanted to include, but it's not a figure, so I did not include it. And I didn't even put it as an honorable mention. I can get it real quick.
Get it. A million years. Holy crap, Wonder Boy, you're old, but yet still a boy. I take care of myself. How do you guys usually sell your toys? eBay. Actually, Izzy, the cool thing is thankfully, at least here in the Twin Cities, there's a really good community that, my goodness, the Bat Pod?
Yep.
Holy shit.
So I actually got this kind of unintentionally because I was trying to get the stealth suit Captain America. That was a Sideshow exclusive or something exclusive. And it froze up their system. I didn't get it, so they sent out 30% off coupons. And this is something that I've always wanted to get.
Yeah,
and I finally got it. So it goes perfectly with the Batman there.
That's awesome. Is that the original release, or is that the new release, the upgraded one?
The Bale Batman?
Yeah.
This is the reissue.
Okay. Right. It's one of those things like the it's DX12 and that one. It's such a slight difference, but dang.
Yeah.
But that's awesome. Mixie says, Cincy, I thought that was Darth Vader on a speeder bike when you first brought it out. Oh. That's a whole different beast. But dude, that's awesome. That's like, again, like I love stuff like that just because it's so beefy. Like, you know what I mean? But it's manageable. Like it's something that you can put in your display. Like the Tumbler and the 89 Batmobile are things that are so immense. Or I guess the other one would be the Blitzway Ecto 1.
Yeah.
Like I know Jazz Inc. is doing the Batfleck Batmobile, the 66 Batmobile, like all those, the Batwing, like, which is cool, but I'm just like, man alive, you got to have a mansion to display those things.
Yeah.
Like, they're so massive. Cyber Jedi Hollywood and using coupons. You my hero, Cincy.
And I'm going to buy, now that I have this, I think I'm going to get the reissue for the Anne Hathaway Catwoman, too.
Hell yeah. There's also a very affordable third-party Catwoman that came out, too. It's the Anne Hathaway one that I think is still available. I might want to look into that. But, yeah, oh, man. I think, Cincy, if you're down, mayhaps down the line we do top 10 figures, 1/6 scale figures in your collection.
Oh hell yes!
Because then you can open it up to all kinds of stuff. I mean, this definitely was the game of like, did that come out this year? Was that last year? Like for some of the figures. Like,
I had to look stuff up.
Yeah. Well, it was like I knew most of these, but it was that game of like, wait. Like, I wish that Catwoman came with an unmasked sculpt. Alistair, it kind of does. I mean, you can take off the
little goggles things, yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, hell yeah. 3-0 Sansa Stark was disappointing for me this year. Oh, that's a bummer. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if there was a disappointment. Like I said, I think it goes to that Sandman, but yeah, I don't know. It's a damn good year. But, oh, Brian has the Hot Toys 1-to-1 Baby Groot. Hell yeah. Scrolling through Sideshow 1/6 figures for sales. Curse you, Dave. Hey. Blame Cincy too. We're partners in this. But, yeah, I don't know. I think we can kind of wind it down there. It was kind of short and sweet, but maybe we should have done top 10. But that's okay. You know,
if we come back around and do the top 10 in our collection, I also want to, if you're up for it, look up the figures that you're most excited for that are due to release next year, and we can maybe talk about those. Like what most anticipated.
How's next Wednesday looking for you on the most anticipated? We'll do a little gripping and ripping, and we'll run through the list. Ooh, Tommy Dennison coming in hot. Biggest disappointment for me this year was the CW Flash figure. Some of the contrast with the red looks a little strange. That's fair. Also, Andrew would like to throw in to curse you as well. With love. Man, I don't know. That CW Flash nearly cracked my top 5, actually. I really liked it. I don't know. It is pretty rad. Ninth Archer, talk about them now. Here's the issue with the most anticipated for next year. They're already announced out through midway through 2024.
Yeah.
So that's a little tricky, mainly because I know for a fact at least 3 of the figures that I just went, yes. I went, no, that's 2024. I bet $1 million Dave will get at least one 1/6 scale Spider-Man in 2023. Well, considering I got 3 on pre-order. Although, no, you know what? All 3 of those, 2024 that I just thought through.
Oh, all the No Way Home or 2024? They haven't even announced the Garfield yet. They just showed
they haven't solicited them yet. But the weird thing is companies like Toys Wonderland and 1/6 Kit already had them up.
That's weird.
Yeah. Shaggy says Danhausen AEW Danhausen Zombie. What? I'll have to check that out. But yeah, I don't know. It was an amazing year for figures. Like I said, if you have a top 5 list, leave it in the comments below. As always, much love to the COJ. Thank you so much, Cincy, for joining us. If you stick around for like 5 minutes after we log off, I got something that I think you might like. But like I said, much love to the COJ. Thank you everybody for stopping by, being a part of this. As always, like, follow, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you're notified whenever we go live here on the channel. Social media right there, also in the video description below. Donations are still live on Extra Life, which is extra-life.org/participants/Dave Wonder. We are over $6,600 on there.
Yes.
I'm gonna be pushing to make it cross that 7,000 mark. But yeah, Andrew, it might be the last till 2023. Stay tuned though, because you never know. Like I said, hit the bell notification because I might pop on here or there before the new year. Mitch, sorry, when you said Garfield, I pictured an orange cat. I know. On that note, much love from Minnesota, everybody. Thank you so much, and good night.
See ya.
And thank you, Mitch.